Okay, I clicked start, so I think whatever you say now may go out in the world. Let's see. Bum, ba, 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 da, ba, ba, ba. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Tweet live. Let's do this fucking intro. I don't think Zach and anyone who's listening, I don't think you'll be able to hear my... Oh, fuck, did I just close my stream? God damn it. Hello? Oh, okay. My bad.
Yes.
It's still going.
Good day.
Yeah. Do. What's up, world? Coming to you live from the logo. People, on some next level stuff. The lion's name is Gary. What's up? It's your boy Sway from MTV News, and we are partially back with another off-season live edition of
Knifey Lion Radio.
Yes, we are the gift. My name is Jonah. Subscribe to the Knifey Lion YouTube channel if you haven't already, so you get alerted whenever we go live for some breaking week-old news. Joining me via Skype audio, possibly poorly, because he's not ready for Amelia to see the true him. It's the indoor instigator, Zach. Zach, are you alive? Zach's dead. He heard me mention Amelia, and he just made a break for it. Whoop! I heard a noise. Guys, it's all falling apart so quickly. Let me call Zach back, and then I'll go on. Yeah. Hello?
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty fucked up, man. Terrible timing by you. Jesus fucking Christ. I just said, joining me via Skype audio because he's not ready for Amelia to see the true him. It's Zach. Zach, you got something to say now?
Yeah, sorry, I had to shut the Wi-Fi off. I'm outside a stranger's apartment right now. So.
Anything for the show. Zach, your logo is currently inside the old Dead to Us logo. I am rocking inside the new crest. I look great. It looks great. Really feeling it. Yeah, but tonight we're going to talk about...
it's perfect.
It's great. Crest Gate, Logo Gate, Branding Gate, and the Blue Wave. But before the minutia, Zach, let's get right to it. 1 in 10. 10 being exceptional, 1 being the New England Revolution. How are you going to rate the logo?
Give it a 5.
Solid. I think I will too.
I will say I started at a 3. I think I'm slowly rising every day, like I took half of a Linder blue pill. It's kicking in slowly.
I think this means by the start of our first game, you'll be at a 46. Just did that math real quick. You got anything else to say before I get into this mind-bending recap of the past week?
No, just go.
Okay. Last week, somebody leaked a low-res image of what was supposedly the new logo. And here I have the ability to put that up on the screen. Zach, you can't see it. Take my word for it. Yeah, there's the old one. On some type of garment before most people could even see. The post was taken down, but the internet never forgets. I saw the screenshot on FCC Discord. Shout out to all the screenshotter. The screenshotter, I don't remember your name, but I know you're watching and listening. You love it. What are we talking about? The logo. But from the
FCC inside source
information I had received, I almost immediately knew it was the real thing. Other people weren't convinced. The denial was strong. The hate was real. The next day, I think it was Whoday17 on Discord, posted it on MLS Reddit, which was reposted on FCC and Twitter. By that time, it had spread. I don't want to say like wildfire because that's too soon. Zach, any thoughts before I keep going? Because I could just I could keep rolling along.
No, we definitely did know it was real. Some, secrets were shared with us long ago.
Yeah, we're pretty important.
Go on.
Most people were in denial, though. Yeah. This was Thursday, my birthday. I am 24. Jeff Reuter, who I had been ass-kissing with praise since his CST interview / Catch Watch segment, said it would be the worst crest in the league. For real, dog? For real? The next day, I think it's all a pentagon-shaped blur at this point. A true version of the logo was found on the MLS apparel page by, I think, yet again, an FCC Discorder, the Sandra Bullock starring in the net of FCC fans. But people could no longer deny the authenticity, although some tried. Since this was now official, the takes rained in. I'm still going, Zach. Surprisingly, those outside of FCC seem to be the most warm to it. Did you notice that, Zach?
I did.
The casual MLS fans seem to be more down than we were.
Yes, super clean, crisp, simple, timeless. All things used to describe it. Whereas FCC fans were more horrendous, an abomination, embarrassment. I'm selling my tickets.
Oh, yeah. Fuck that guy. Nazi German. So that's where we are now. Most people are past the denial stage. Some people wanting things to change, but I'm sure after they printed $1 million worth of merchandise and gear, they're not going to change it. But I have a list of the best parts about the logo. Zach, do you have any parts that jump out at you, or you just want to piggyback on my pre-written list of dreams?
Well, you might cover most of mine, so if you want to go first, go ahead.
Number 1, the new shape. It's a pentagon. First pentagon in the MLS. Zach, what does that mean to you?
Doesn't mean much. It's kind of a bulging pentagon. It's like yeah. I would say.
Zach, you can't see it, but I'm now currently inside the John Hark's Cave of Wonders. It is jaw-dropping. It's very impressive. I'm not seeing any feedback on it, but wow. Right in the middle of that fucking cave. The next thing on the list, Cool Lion. We'll get to his name a little bit later, but he stayed and he's doing some stabbing. Zach, Lion thoughts. Go ahead. Feel free.
That's one thing that I thought was an improvement, and also on the one that was snuck to us a couple months ago. It was basically the same crest, only it wasn't the full lion. It was just wing.
Yes.
So imagine the same crest, but with just the wing. So when I saw this, it was definitely like a relief that it wasn't just that, because that was definitely an option, apparently.
The wing said
yes, cool
formed
lion.
at FCC in a very cutesy designer kind of way.
Yeah, it was dumb. But I learned a lot about this lion from Amelia's Twitter that I would not have known otherwise. There's a lot going on there.
We can get to that. More things slightly updated for better colors, if you think they're better. Simplistic. It wasn't a buffet of random ideas. Zach, a lot of people were upset that it didn't have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. How do you think they could have incorporated the entire history of Cincinnati better into a soccer logo?
Exactly. I don't want any of that.
No, but we can get to that in a second. A vintage feel, I said, won't become dated quickly. And lastly, for me, this is very important. And no Germany, to which I say, fuck Germany.
Yes.
How'd you feel about that, Zach?
Yes.
I know you're a big fan of the Deutschland.
No, fuck all that shit. Yeah, none of that bothers me one bit. I'm fuck Germany. What's that got to do with me?
Well, since you are my brother, you probably share similar genetics, DNA. I took a spit test, and we're not very German. We are very Irish. So,
yeah.
Up the FCC Irish. I don't know what the fuck. Worst parts.
Yeah, up the IRA.
I bet. Hello. You'll probably agree, so you could take this. What was your worst part about the logo? It might be my first thing on here too.
The worst part about the logo is the FC.
Yeah, that's what I had too. Placed weird and also kind of unnecessary. We all know what it's called. Don't need to put it there.
Yeah, it is. It's placed very weird. Seeing that so close to the slanted, super odd. Whether or not it is like an altered version of the same font, I can't tell, but yeah, it's a problem. And someone made one up with diamonds in the blue part, which really did help balance it out a lot better. But as it sits, it's just, it's really strange. It seems like they should have known better.
I might agree with you about the diamonds, but some people were so stoked on the diamonds on Twitter that I immediately, had to take the opposite stance and be like, you're just soiling a really good design. Even if I did agree. My other one was the lion's nose. It looks pretty fucking weird when you zoom in on that bad boy.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a witch.
Yeah.
Like a witch's nose. It's very odd. And then there's the obvious crown issue. But, I guess it doesn't need to be symmetrical if like the front doesn't need to match the back, but as you said, then shouldn't the front be more pronounced than the back? It looks like someone slipped with the mouse and left it.
Yeah, I mean, I double check the lines on my memes when I make them, so you think that someone is in charge of multi-million-dollar rebrand might double check exactly what's going on in there. Zach, you can't see this, but I'm back in the cave. But yeah, some common complaints were, what does it have to do with Cincinnati? Where's the German aspect? I saw somebody say they could have made this in MS Paint. Show me, you stupid liar. Show me. Too simplistic. What do you have any retort to any of those complaints?
My retort would be 1, simple is good, simple is better. 2, it says Cincinnati across the middle. So there you go. It incorporates the city.
You can't really get more
It's
Cincinnati.
the same colors as the team. And
that has existed for
that's
all
really
these years.
Well, that's what you want. I think all these logos, especially newer ones, one or whatever, it tries to incorporate like this represents this represents this. Man, that looks like a clusterfuck of like shit no one cares about. I think, if this wasn't presented in such like a grand way that they're doing tomorrow with so much like focus and hubbub and like, speculation and all this shit leading up to it, it would have been way easier for everyone to swallow, and I wouldn't have thought much of it. I would have just been like, that FC looks kind of weird. But it's just being overanalyzed so much because it's such a big deal, this fucking rebrand. But we are all in this together.
The Pride Zone, Brendan Yancey points out on Slack that the Cincinnati is going up on an incline, much like Cincinnati itself. So, folks, wrap it up.
There you go. It kind of reminds me, it looks like, the only thing I don't like about it, and this is maybe something you normally edit out, but it looks like one of those police badges with a black line across it.
You coming in hot with some Blue Lives Matter right in the middle of the live podcast.
I'm not saying my
today.
opinion one way or the other, but it just reminds me of that.
I see Amelia Wolf. No, I'm not cold. This is just a dark and ominous podcast, and I'm wearing a hood. Also, Nick Suberling, Subes, is in the chat room. Folks,
Amelia,
in your fucking face.
Amelia.
We can do it too. Go ahead, Zach.
I am cold. Thanks for asking. I'm outside.
How did she know? Go ahead.
I was just going to say the person inside, we're just friends.
Yeah, don't need to fucking write a rom-com about this part of the story. But Zach, since you can't see it, I'll go ahead and put up some Bundesliga logos up on the screen. Folks, is this what you wanted? I'm seeing a lot of shit. Okay, if you wanted to be German, let's see, FC Köln or whatever. It's a FCN in a big circle. Borussia Dortmund, one of the worst logos you could ever imagine. Hertha Berlin, it's a blue and white flag. Folks, if anything, we're the most German team in MLS just based on these. But yeah, Zach, you're not looking at these Bundesliga logos, so what are your thoughts on them? Just to put you on the spot there for no reason.
I mean, I know all of those. You know, I'm pretty down. Yeah, they're all ugly, but you don't think anything of it. Yeah, they're all heinous. One that always stuck out was that CSKA Moscow. You know that logo? Oh my God, it looks like a fucking comic book or something.
I'll Google
AS
it
Roma,
because my
it's got
desktop's
two
on the
kids.
screen now.
AS Roma's got the two kids drinking from the cow's udders, I think.
Yeah, the
No one
suckling
questions
teat.
that. Yeah, I know that's some type of myth,
Oof,
but
yeah, CSK's rough. Let's do AS Roma before we move on, because I'm about to go shit on all the MLS logos in a second, and I want to get to that really quick. But let's put up the AS Roma logo for people who don't know. Let's get a bigger one. I want to. Yep, there's a bigger one. I don't know if you can see, but it's two children suckling at the teat of some awful. What is that called? A Cerebus? I don't know what the fuck it's called, but yeah, pretty
yeah,
rough.
it's a cow.
But now I'm gonna go through, and Zach, you can't see, but you'll be here with me.
Well, I looked at them all.
Okay.
I know them all well.
Yeah. Actually, before we get to that, let me go back. There's something really special about the new logo. Zach, are you down with the Gary news? Did you hear?
I heard from you.
Romulus and Remus, thank you. Theban 9. What was I going to say? Yeah, so it's been decided today. It's written in the stars, basically, that the new logo, the new lion, has a name. And Zach, you can't see it. It's up on the screen right now. It's beautiful. Besides that hook nose, the beautiful logo. And you're looking at it, and you're like, I see something. Something looks strange, but yet right. Well, here, we'll go ahead and flash it up for you. Boom. Gary. Right there. You guys see it? Says Gary. So since I am the first, we're the first podcast to do the branding episode. It's official. There's no takebacks. I saw some people pretty upset on Facebook. Who decided it's Gary? You don't just decide. I mean, who picked your name? Well, I guess your parents. But you were born with a name. You got to stick with it. So, Zach, thoughts on the lion being Gary? What does Gary mean to you?
Well, I can't help but think of Gary Sinise.
Yes. Shanling?
That's the only Gary Shanling? Well, there's Gary Neville, obviously, but seems too obvious.
What's funny is we've actually talked about Gary Shandling on this podcast before when we were talking about the 1993 Grammys. He was the host, folks. You all remember.
Yeah. I've heard he's a great guy, but hard to work with.
Gary Shandling?
R.I.P. Yes.
We're taking a left turn here, folks. Gary Sinise seems like all class, and it's fitting we talk about him because he does a lot with the troops. He couldn't let go of that Forrest Gump role. He's been living that one hard. So final thoughts on Gary before I move on to the MLS.
No, it sounds good.
Gary does sound good. All right, let's go back to the logos. Zach, since you can't see, I'm in the bottom corner, really directing traffic here, and it's pretty impressive. Haven't seen a lot of green screen from you guys at CST. Raise your game. Going to the big leagues now. But yeah, I want to talk about, and Zach, I'm just going to assume you're going to agree with all of these, MLS logos that are worse than ours because, and Jeff, is it Jeff Reuter or Reuter? Actually, I want to get his name wrong because now he's on my list. So Jeff Reuter, writer for The Athletic. That's his name. Don't question me. I hope you're listening. I know you are. Big fan of the podcast. You never heard of it, but you did like one of my tweets once, and it was a powerful moment for everyone involved. Zach, off the gate, before I go through the list, just besides New England, the obvious choice, is there one that jumps out at you that you really hate in the MLS?
As being heinous?
Yes.
Yeah. I think the Sounders is ugly.
Okay. Oh, whoa. Let's
think
not
the Red
jump.
Bulls.
Okay. All right. We'll get to this. Sorry. All right. Number one for me. Actually, let me hide myself now. Columbus Crew. Oh, yeah. Go in there quick. Talk about playing it safe. Folks, people like it because their old one was ridiculous. It's a circle with two patterns. What a story it tells, guys. What a story. Do you have any crew thoughts, Zach?
Yeah, my thoughts on the Crew are, I guess it's good that they're saved. I'm glad that they lost tonight, and they went from a pretty horrendous logo to another one, and it's worse than ours. So that's my thought on that.
I see some arguments going on in the chat room about the logo, saying it's not terrible. I'm afraid you don't have a podcast. It's bad. Okay.
No, everyone's got like a hard on for these circle logos, but there's nothing to it, right?
All right. Yeah.
We wouldn't be happy if they gave us that right now. So
yeah. Amelia Wolf just said, preach. She didn't say that. Next up, Houston Dynamo.
What up, girl?
Oh, Houston Dynamo. I've said it several times. It's an esports team logo, guys, in every way possible. Anything to add to that, Tech?
Yeah. No, I forgot about that. Yeah, Houston Dynamo is maybe the ugliest after the Revolution, and then I would say the Crew. And
I got a lot here, so you'll have your chance to shit on lots of them. Don't worry.
Sorry.
Up next, LA Galaxy. Folks, you probably this wasn't even on your fucking radar. Cyclone style LA Galaxy. I said it's fine, but it's no lion with a sword. That's for sure, folks.
Yeah.
Next up, Montreal Impact. Ooh. Gross.
It'd be easier to say the three that we don't find completely horrendous, but we can go through all of them.
No, okay. I'm not going through every single. You'll see. It's not every single one. But I will say, what do you call a logo that uses a gradient? Worse than ours. I'm sorry, folks. You use a gradient, you're shit. You can't use a gradient in a logo. What fucking year is this? 1989. Next up, this might be almost too much. It's too easy. New England Revolution. Guys, change your logo. I would say it's so bad that people don't even mention it anymore. And to be that old and ugly, but not have any of the charm that comes with being old and ugly is impressive. Everything comes back into style eventually, except for the Revolution logo. Zach, your thoughts?
No, you nailed it.
Moving right along, folks. Oh, we just saw these guys dismantle the Crew. New York Red Bulls. Here's why I'd say it's so bad. They didn't change a fucking thing. It's just an energy drink logo with a soccer ball. So you can't be ranked above anyone when you're just using somebody else's, unless it was Monster, because that'd be pretty hard. Zach, any thoughts?
No, it's heinous. It's
there.
Fucking an abomination. It's horrendous. All the things people are saying about ours actually applies to theirs.
Yeah, I'm throwing
and
the
not
red.
ours.
I'm throwing the drink logo up there just to show that it's the same thing, and it'd be cool if it had no association with that conglomerate. Next up, Real Salt Lake. Ooh, baby, you thought you could fly under the radar? Look at that stupid soccer ball. But actually, I said we're better, and I wrote down that we're even, but I'm not impressed. And I said, where's Brigham Young and all those wives? Tell me a story, Real Salt Lake. Tell me a story. Zach, you can't.
I've got a story.
Go,
Speaking
please.
Of, I'm sure all our listeners are big fans of the show Big Love on HBO. And
Yes.
watching one day, and there's a poster of mine and Jonah's band on the wall. And holy shit. Let me roll this back, call my mom, tell everyone we were on HBO. Go on.
Yes. I thought you were going to tell the story of the Mormon girl.
Oh, the brother breaker?
Yeah. Is that it? Shall I tell the story?
Yeah, go ahead.
While we're talking about Mormons, shouts to the LDS community who are big fans of the podcast. Big fan. many years ago, before my wife was even a speck on the radar of my mind. I hung out with a lovely Mormon girl named Dana. One thing led to another. We're on my futon, and we made out. No big deal. Mormons make out with literally everybody. They're notorious make-out sluts. They save up all that juju for when they're married. It's a make-out. So then I'm talking to, I don't want to say mutual friend, Kelly Cass, Kelly the boy. And I revealed to him that
He's proud.
It's perfect time for your mic to cut out for a second. I'll just finish the story. I told Kelly that I made out with Dana, and he said, "You're joking." And then I don't know, maybe some LOLs, and he said, "Well, Zach made out with her last night." So within 2 days, this Mormon vixen made out with both Kalina brothers, and she was literally the only girl my mom ever said, "I don't like that girl." Something about her, which was strange. But yeah.
Yes.
Moving. Go ahead.
One important part of the story is that neither of us knew.
No. Yeah, Amelia,
No,
Zach or I would never do that if we knew. Not our style at all. Moving right along. Hopefully we'll have a similar San Jose story. San Jose earthquakes. I find this confounding. So I can't rank it above or below us. I was thinking, I don't know if he's out there, Mr. Pac-Man, if you want to explain this one to me, maybe with an infographic. Zach, can you picture it? It's got the stripes going into an angle, an ugly soccer ball. It says Quakes.
Yeah, I can picture it.
It looks very NASL.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like, if you're going to ask me what MLS French is, it's them. So I hate everything about them.
Oh, because you hate Wondolowski so much?
Yeah, he's, I think, my least favorite soccer player on the history of the fucking planet.
Which is very strange.
I'm trying to think of known racists that I prefer over Chris Wondolowski. I think they're out there.
John Rocker, the pitcher.
I was thinking of soccer players, but
John Rocker, that guy was a real piece of work. Sorry, I thought we were done, but I just had to scroll down a little more. We got more. Seattle Sounders. Olivia Thompson, hope you're watching, because I'm shitting on your precious Sounders. I would say, yeah, that's right. It's starting to look like a 1995 NBA team. It had its time, but now it's below us. Go ahead. What can you say?
I just think it's ugly. I think their whole color scheme is ugly. I don't think they could have anything that's pleasing to the eye with that color scheme. So
it's a little odd. I've just been told the
lost cause.
Yeah, it is lost cause. I've been told the weird lines in the Earthquakes logo represent tectonic plates. Fucking nerds take a hike.
See, that's the type of shit I'm talking about, and everyone's clamoring for things like that. And what a waste of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got a weird looking logo you have to explain to people. Love explaining stuff. That's pretty fun. Last but certainly not least, Sporting Kansas City. My least favorite one. Hey, Jeff Rader, huh? This, I describe it as a giant chode finger with its nail filed to a point. It's a monstrosity of the skew effect. Also, I think in some of the versions I've seen gradients, so I don't need to say anything else. Yeah, shout out to 3 Def Buzz pointed out, is that a snake? I don't know. I don't fucking know. It's also very e-sportsy. Zach, you got something to get off your chest about sporting?
Well, I mean, you're right about all of it. It does look like it was once flat, and they took a picture with a fisheye or something like that, and it's got a bulge. I don't know the technical terms, man.
A bulge is actually a Photoshop tool, so it's appropriate.
Well, I think they went in after and they clicked bulge, and the owner said, "Ooh, that was neat."
Yeah, I think it looked very acceptable before, and someone was like, how can we make it more I don't know, Bulgy. Sorry, a word to follow up for that. But yeah, they used to be the Wizards, and now, folks, people are clamoring to bring the Wizards back. I haven't heard it, but that's the word on the street. Anything is possible.
Well, yeah. So, moral of the story is Jeff. I don't even remember his last name.
Rooster.
He's wrong. We're definitely not the worst in the league. I was in that interview. He had a lot of takes that I thought made him sound like a dumbass. So his opinion means nothing to me.
That's what I get for praising him. He's telling me how much he hated.
Well, there was one thing that I was on board with, and that was that Josh hasn't done much except he's been lucky to have players to score some wonder goals.
Yeah, it's been a hard KLR take. He might be a listener.
Well, the views and opinions expressed by Jonah's brother belong only to him.
Yeah. Let me count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 logers. 10 logers, Jeff Rooster. Can't argue with the numbers. Yeah. But so, I don't know, man.
Here, I'll tell you what's good.
Talk to me.
And LAFC is decent. NYCFC is decent. I think, and Minnesota.
This is great radio.
Are you trying to find them?
No, I have them up on the screen. I just didn't. I didn't know if you were gonna keep talking or not.
Well, I think that Miami one's good too, but I was done. It's easy. You wouldn't let me come over to the house today, so everything's so awkward.
Well, it's 10 o'clock. The babies are sleeping. I don't know. There's not really. Let's not call this a regular episode because Lord knows it's not. But a couple more things. I just want to point out the guy on Reddit. I wish I had your name so I could truly insult you. He said he kind of regrets getting his premium seats and wish he could get rid of them because of the new logo. So whoever you are, guy, if you're a fan of the podcast, please delete us. I don't want to be associated with you. Take a fucking hike. Yeah. The old logo, I hated the old logo. So
yeah. And even if we loved the old logo, what a stupid thing to say.
That's true. I would say the only acceptable reason to quit a team over a logo would be if it was like a swastika or something. Otherwise, you gotta stick it out. Josh Gobby with some Minnesota logo. Hey, I think the Minnesota logo's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's fine. I suppose a symbol of Christian evangelism is as good as a swastika.
Depending on where you're from. Yeah, I think fucking Brian Strauss choked on a hot dog when he saw the new logo leak. It's like, no, baby.
I hope he did.
Yeah, 2-foot sub Brian Strauss was scarfing it down. He's like, no, religion. It's only cool if they do that in Europe.
Oh man!
I honestly don't remember what Brian Strauss looks like, so it can't be insulted by me. Well, luckily,
I just picture a dweeb typing in the keyboard, but
through the magic of technology, I shall search. Brian Strauss. No, there's no way that's Brian Strauss. These guys. Apparently, there's a rule you can't be named Brian Strauss and not look like a psychopath. Okay, we got a preacher, obituary, sorry, picture of Grant Wall, picture of a douchebag. Oh, wow. That is not what I was picturing. He's not large at all. But he does kind of look like competitive eater Joey Chestnut. So do that with that what you will. Yeah.
I hate doing these over the phone. It just feels like a normal phone call, and I don't know how to act.
Only got a couple more things, so keep doing what you're doing. Anything to say about hashtag Ignite Unite?
I don't like it. I don't know what it means, and I don't care for it.
It feels like it's going to give me an
I don't
aneurysm
like any
when I
of
say
these.
it out loud, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean the whole campaign leading up to this thing felt kind of corny. Um, like the shit today. That's what I was quoting before. Is what was it? Like we're all here together, or we're in this together, or moving forward together. I don't fucking know.
It's just a logo, and it leaked. You got to admit it leaked.
Yeah.
They should have put out like a fucking.
One thing I was gonna say about
Please do.
the decal that's at Dick's, yeah, it's got black on it. I don't like that. I think that looks odd. So it's black and blue and orange and white. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it did look like straight black, but I have been assured that's a really dark blue. So let's hope it was just. I mean, I had that brightness cranked, but I'm still holding out.
Yeah.
Zach,
No big deal, but
I got Gary
makes it
back
look
on the
worse.
screen, so you know what's going on.
All right.
So are you suggesting next time I do a green screen that you just be sitting next to me but not on the screen? Because I think it might look.
I don't know. I mean,
if you can see me in the logo right now, which you have, it would look kind of weird if we were just like next to each other. It's a very tight space.
I mean, are you going to be inside the logo for every episode coming up, or
Yes.
can you make room for me somehow?
No, I'm going full logo every episode. Speaking of Ignite Unite, tomorrow's the big branding event, which some might say lost a bit of its panache, but I'll still be there. Zach, you will not. Do you even care?
No.
It's good to know. Should
I
we?
don't know. What time's that at? I'll be at
6
work.
o'clock.
I have a job.
Can't relate. We should
be off.
mention before we go, since we haven't done a real podcast, we did re-sign Forrest Lasso, Corbin Bone, Jimmy McLaughlin, and do you know what that means?
FCC Inside Source.
It means our inside source was correct.
Correct. Yes.
Had a lot of doubters, a lot of haters,
So-
but yeah.
That means my faith in him is high, and that means Kenny will not be an FCC player.
Is anyone still holding on for Kenny? I thought everyone kind of just let him go.
I just know that that's one thing we were told. So just reiterating. Sorry. Go fuck myself.
Lastly, Matthew Duplong. We're still waiting. Have you heard anything?
No, wasn't there some talk he was actually going to Montreal?
But I feel like that was just a random person who said that. I don't know if that was actually anybody who knows anything more than we do.
Just because they have a French connection.
Yeah, which honestly is
Or Grassman that's when it comes to him. Everyone wants him, basically.
no one had heard of him. Everyone wants him. Yeah. So let's just fucking get the hell out of here. Any final thoughts,
My
Zach?
hand's going numb.
All worth it. Final thoughts you want to share?
No, logo's fine, and much like my brother, the more people hate on it, the more I am feeling like defending it. I've never seen you so adamant about anything. This logo, it's a little odd, but
I really don't
then,
care that
but I
much.
hadn't been on. I hadn't been on the internet yet when you told me that. Then once I
No.
read all that shit.
No.
Oh, and I saw fucking Mr. Pac-Man with this guy, pumping his chest. This tells the pride of this city. And then he put a whole new name on it. Like this. I don't want to single anyone out and be a bully here, but come on, man.
Yeah, well, I tweeted at him his old logo that was a rip off the Barcelona crest. People in glass houses need not throw at this beautiful 5 out of 10 logo. Assholes.
Yeah, it's honestly fine. I think, like what I said to you, it all depends. If it looks cool on the shirt, it's all good. If it's in nothing else matters.
No. Well, Zach, since it's almost time to go, I don't think they canceled the USL Championship game. They didn't even play it, which I thought was odd. And I don't remember anything else happening.
Well, that's good. Then they're all winners.
Yeah, we're all winners. Zach, I don't have a song ready to go. I'm going to fade out to something, meaning me just pulling the toolbar back, fading as I go. Do you want to pick a song? I could just play it on YouTube. There's no rules to this. So really anything goes.
Yeah. What have I been jamming?
It doesn't even have Gary in the name, does
Put
it?
on. No. Been listening to the new Culture Abuse a lot.
I mean, our fans will love that. I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, they will. I mean,
Culture Abuse.
just pop that on.
Got a
Daydream's
song
the
in
new one.
particular?
Track 1's fine.
Well, I'm on YouTube. I don't have Spotify open. This is great stuff.
Christ.
What's their new album called? Is it Baydream?
It's called Daydream. Yes.
Well, fucking.
Whatever you pick, better fucking rip.
It's a commercial. I'll leave it muted. I can skip in 2 seconds.
What should we talk about in the meantime?
Skipping ad. Nothing. I'm sure we can shit talk off air. All right. Well, God bless everyone. Play
This
some
was
more.
great.
This was great. Zach, you couldn't see it, but if you attach the visuals to the nonsense we were talking about, it'd be, you could appreciate it more.
Yeah.
I'll end it on a picture.
Well,
Oh, go ahead, please
I tell
do.
you what. This might be the closest I ever get to being on the phone with Amelia, so it's all been worth it.
Amelia, I hope you're still out there. Culture Abuse. This one goes out to you. Fucking rise together.